Welcome back, boys. Today we have one from Wisdom Warriors. Why dating is broken in 2025. What boomers don't seem to understand.
Okay, team, I want to talk about the dating market and just general relationships in 2024. This is something that no other generation understands except Zoomers and maybe millennials, and that is dating is totally broken. Me and my brother, I'm 26.
See a lot of you guys in the comments seem to get it.
My brother is a little older than me, and we are undoubtedly the first men in our entire ancestral lineage, going back like thousands of years, to not be married by the age of about 22 or 23. My
There's been multiple times throughout history where stuff like this has happened.
my grandparents, my great great grandparents, my great 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 great, as far back as you go, it just gets younger, right? And this idea, the fact that there's so many people about the age of 30, even older than that, and younger than that, that aren't in long term relationships, that aren't married, it's creating a very different world from our parents and even from our grandparents. They can't understand. My parents were talking to me the other day. They're like, why aren't you in a relationship? Blah, blah, blah. They think it's me overcomplicating it. Like, oh, I'm looking for a unicorn, or oh, my standards are too high, and my standards are really high. But also, they don't understand that the entire field and sexual market of dating is totally flipped on its head right now. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. The biggest problem with dating today is a lack of familiarity and friend groups that interact with other friend groups. This is so important. The lack of familiarity is crushing dating, and it's because of how men relate to the dating market and how women relate to the dating market, which we're going to get into. So, back in the day, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, if you went to the park on a sunny, beautiful day like this, there's probably going to be hundreds of young people playing sports, playing games, interacting, open to socializing. Same thing with the beach, the town square, like wherever, right? And that's because there's no phones. Okay, things changed really drastically in the past decade with social media and with phones. You go to the gym, for instance, it used to be this temple of like social, like upliftment, right? You and your boys are all talking. No one has earphones in. Think about going to the gym and no one has earphones in, right? Everyone's listening to the same music and talking, slapping each other on the back. There's more relationships in general. And this translates to going out, walking the streets, going to the park. There's much more of a
Ah, friendships interacting with each other. I think the problem is now that like people don't really need each other anymore. Like people have like this adversarial attitude towards like women have this adversarial attitude towards men, and it's really like, oh man, there's so many reasons for why, but it's like with the industrial revolution and like all the like women entering the workforce and stuff like that, it has become kind of harder for women, and they haven't really gotten happier, if that makes sense. The happiest woman is the one not on social media and with like children and stuff at home. But yeah.
sense of open cohesion in public with community. Just
Yeah, but like communities and stuff like that have been destroyed, right?
imagine the town square, the park, 25 years ago. You go out, you see five people you've seen around town, around the city before. Hey, what's up, Mark? Yeah, I'm gonna join you for some badminton or whatever. Mark's hanging out with
And don't forget like the political side too. It's like everybody's split apart, and it's become like so important for people now that it's like if you have like a slight difference in opinion in something, it's like they look at you like a enemy, essentially.
the friend group with five other guys and three ladies, and one of the ladies peripherally, so you start talking them up, and they introduce you to other people, and that's how community should evolve. Is this like this intermingling and this spreading? The problem is you go to the park, everyone's sitting with one or two or three other people, and if they're alone,
Yeah, the same with now. It's like people have this idea that uh, you go to like people don't go to like bars and stuff. They think you can go there and meet people. Not exactly. Most people, like a lot of women that go to like bars or clubs and stuff like that, they have already a date lined up. Like that's the thing. They come with of course there are single women, but the thing is like because of social media, everything is like lined up and set up already. There is no longer people don't really just go out without a plan anymore.
when they have earphones and are petting their fucking dog. Like everyone is so isolating right now. And it's so easy because the moment that you feel bored or you feel insecure, you go on your phone, you disconnect, you do something else.
Mm.
So there's lack of large group familiarity, and there's lack of this courage to create it. Even for someone like me, and I try to approach someone every day, when people are just in their small little group or they have their headphones and are doing their own thing, it makes approaching like really difficult. And I think like I know that was different before, and that makes connecting really hard today because now we live in a totally unfamiliar, disconnected world. And unfamiliar worlds create short-term dating strategies, which we're going to get into. So, in familiar dating scenarios, this is high school, this is college, okay? And these two things have a monopoly on socialization. I didn't go to college, and a lot of people who don't go to college are always stuck in the unfamiliar world. So the familiar world is like, maybe 200 people of the opposite sex.
Most, like I would say, like any kind of friendship, or like if you get like a girlfriend in like high school or college, like everything is so surface level. The thing is like they might have a lot of friends and stuff like that in school, but as soon as that's over, I mean, good luck.
Sex, right? And 200
It happened with me. It happened with a lot of people. It's like as soon as school ends, it's like who's really around. No longer you are kind of forced to be with people 8 hours or 9 hours a day.
people of the opposite sex are familiar with you. They've seen you around, they've seen you interact, and maybe 10 of them, are even more familiar with you. When you're familiar, when the opposite sexes are familiar with each other, there's much more long-term dating strategies taking place. Women aren't just all going for the cutest, hottest, and like most smooth guy. And also, they're getting to know many guys, right? And then they're choosing.
Yeah, because of social media, a lot of them interact with only like the top tier. They don't interact with like you could say like average people.
For what would actually like be a good partner for me, whose personality, whose looks, whose vision and values most match me. And that's what good dating should be, is like who's going to be a good match for me. Like if you're a 10 in terms of personality and looks, right, you're going to find another 10 in terms of personality and looks, 9 to 9, 8 to 8, something around there, right? What happens in unfamiliar situations, and this is dating apps, and this is also clubs, this is like where young people, I can't meet young people anymore. Okay. This is so hard for me. I'm 26. I go out all the time, coffee shops, parks, dances, concerts, things like that. It's really hard for me to find other young people my age because they're all going to clubs or they're on dating apps, which is a great tragedy because all those places are unfamiliar. And when you do see girls your age out at the gym, out at the park, out at the coffee shop, they're always occupied on their phone or with friends. And it makes the approach much harder, although I still do it, right?
I think it's easier to approach a group of women instead of a singular one because how do I explain it? It's like less pressure. Does that make sense? It's kind of spread out instead of you focusing on just one girl. It's far less pressure on the woman.
So basically, the entire world is full of unfamiliar dating dynamics, okay? And unfamiliar dating dynamics, Homath goes into this really deeply. I'm not going to go in that deep right now. But in unfamiliar dating dynamics, I went to the club a couple days ago, okay, for like the first time ever. And there was probably 75% men there. All of them fucking looking lonely except the ones in their little posses of friends, right? And there was like quite a few attractive ladies there, and those attractive ladies got attention all night from men, like all night from different types of men, right? And the problem is they're gonna choose the man who's like the most beautiful and smooth on the outside, right? And they might, have a little fling, do something, but
Yeah, but like this is just reality. Like you can't really you can't be like mad or bitter at it. Like you can't negotiate attractiveness with a woman or anyone.
the chances of that working out well is really low because it's an unfamiliar situation. That man has like the attention of like 10 different women looking at him, right? And he's going to go choose the best one. And then, but the best one he chooses and the best one she chooses are based off superficial connections, right? And this is the challenge with unfamiliar dating worlds. So for me, my personal experience here, right? I am probably a 7 on a good day. I have a good personality, good charisma. My face, yeah. There's some issues. I know people watching this would be like, "Oh, you're beautiful," or "Oh, you're ugly." It's like I would rate myself a 7, okay? I tried Hinge, a
Isn't isn't 7 the one you're not supposed to pick? You're not allowed to pick 7. It's either 6 or 8.
dating app for 3 weeks. I paid for it. The premium Hinge, right? In a
Like a lot of people say they're a 7, but you're not allowed to say you're a 7. Which is it? 6 or 8 or what?
city. I paid $75 for it. I got 2 likes in 3 weeks. I got 2 likes. Okay. And this revealed something to me. Is Hinge is optimized again for that 1% of men. It's not even 5%, it's literally 1%. That 1% of men who are a 10, right? And they optimize their profile. They have professional photo shoots. They probably like studied how to do the prompts and everything, right? And every woman who goes on Hinge who is like attractive, like I got a couple likes from what I would deem like unattractive women who aren't in my league, right? But all the attractive women who are like 6 and above
Bro, just go overseas, man.
are only going for that guy. And guess what? That guy will be willing to sleep with people who he wouldn't necessarily date.
Yeah, these women that are like 5s, 4s, 5, 6. They get like what's it called? Alpha widowed. So it's like they get smashed by some top tier dude, and that's like boom, that's the baseline now. That's what they must have. And yeah.
And this is what women don't really understand about men is when men have options, right? Yeah, maybe they'll entertain an option for a little bit, but they're really looking for someone who matches them mentally, in emotionally, physically. Like that's what men are looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman who matches me. And I would take a 10 personality.
I don't really care. As long as the woman treats me with respect and is feminine and wants children, it isn't completely, uh, doesn't have like major issues, then I'm good. I don't ask for a friend. I don't ask for anything like that.
And a 6 looks or
Like many people put too much pressure on their like if you're a man, a lot of dudes put too much pressure on the woman. Woman put too much pressure on the man. It's like there's certain things you have to have other people for, and that's friendship. Yeah, I think if a man has a woman and he has a brotherhood, that's far better. Uh, I don't really want to be my woman's friend. I'm just her man.
5 looks like almost any day. The problem is those women are looking upward because we're in an unfamiliar world. So those 6s and 7s are looking upwards towards like 8 and 9 in men, and they can land those guys for a short period of time, but those men will move on. And that's the issue is we're in an unfamiliar dating dynamic right now, and dating apps, social media, and like these unfamiliar communities are ruining everything. So I just want to interject here. I was hanging out with a woman last night, and she was probably like a 7 in looks, good personality, right? And she showed me her Hinge because I told her, hey, I only got 2 likes in 3 weeks on Premium Hinge. And she's like, oh, I used Hinge for a month. She showed me hers. She had 5,000 likes. 5,000 likes from 1 month on Hinge. And just shows you the level of attention that women get in unfamiliar worlds is super high, like wicked high amounts of attention. If you're, a decently attractive woman on Instagram or on a dating app, you're getting loads of DMs and attention. And this changes your dating preferences and your dating selection. Now, so these women are connected to tons of people in an unfamiliar world, and men are connected to no people in unfamiliar worlds. So it just changes how mate selection happens and how dating happens. And generally, women get into bad situationships over and over and over because they have so many options. They're obviously going to be choosing the best, but the best has many other options, right? There's 2 ways I've had success in dating.
Yeah, they must satisfy hypergamy.
Okay. And these are the 2, I guess, solutions to this video. And number 1, this is what both sexes need to do today. And that is go get involved in communal activities, whether that's dance, volleyball, fucking board game night. I don't really care. Dance, volleyball, frisbee have been best for me. I bet like comedy clubs and things like that are also successful. But we need to do communal activities together where we actually build familiarity with large numbers of people. And when we do this, dating will be far more successful, especially for you ladies. I know ladies watching this, you might have fucking 10 DMs, you have 20 matches on Tinder. That's a totally different reality for every other guy in the entire world almost, just to let you know. But also, that is not who you should actually be with, most likely. You need to build familiarity in communal settings because then you can actually select.
It is so difficult to kind of have that to be a reality. Like you tell a woman, damn, I don't know if I don't know, like from what I've seen, it's only gonna get worse, unfortunately. Like you just have to just see what is reality and just keep getting better. Go to the gym, go fight, go go hike, if possible, meet some good brothers, go on hikes, build bonds through physical activity. That's how men build best bonds. You can't, like, gaming with somebody 10 hours a day. That's not your friend. Like, you need to do something difficult.
For people who have like their pheromones are right, their chemistry is right, their personality is right, like all of those little factors.
Yeah, like the only time I've gotten women is really through in person. I am completely like I'm doing this YouTube stuff, but I am horrendous at like social media games, and it's like all these like garbage rules now with like I hear like, oh, don't text back before this and say this and like that, and like it's all garbage. I don't.
That goes so much deeper than how they look and what they do, right? um so we need to build familiarity, and for men, the most important thing you can do for dating is build status somewhere that you're competent in community. This is essential.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying. If you're good at running, let's say, jogging, running. If you're really good at running, join the local running club and be the best, like I win through competition. If you're the fastest or you have like the best time, you will be seen as like the most high value in that setting. So if there are women there, you will satisfy that feeling they're looking for, so you can get that. And there's many like look at what you are good at and you can do that.
Okay, for instance, dance for me. I love dancing. I dance for many.
Yeah, if you're good at dancing and you join some kind of dance club, I don't know how that works, but yeah, you probably can meet a girl that is like, wow, you're the best dancer here. I like you because of that, essentially.
Many years now, and when I go to dance, I'm good at dancing. I can dance with multiple women in a night, have a great time. They see that I'm competent, right, at something. They like that. They get to know me outside of conversation. It's a great way to like meet people. And because I'm known in that community by like hundreds of people, dating is way easier because it's
For me, I keep an open mind to pretty much. I try to like be open to everything when it comes to like new information or like media. So it's like if I approach a woman, there is going to be something I know about, or like something I can, I guess, surprise with what I know, right? So it's like, but it would be some kind of like TV show or whatever the hell. Like there's always something I know and I can build off of. So you need to go out and experience life and learn as much as you can, because it helps you in so many ways to build connections with people.
not superficial anymore, right? You're getting to a place where you're just beneath the superficial and you're actually connecting with many different people so that you get to try many different people and they get to try you like really briefly. And that's what community used to be, right? Um, so finding spaces like I said, volleyball and frisbee and other things have been good for me where you can gain status and gain competence. And this is going to take courage at the beginning because you're never going to rise through a community if you don't have courage to interact, to gain skill, to do these things, to actually like gain status in a community. And that's the thing is when you're at the top of a community, my friends, this is crazy. Is like once a few girls get interested in you, most girls are going to be interested in you. Like a whole range from like girls from like 35 to 20 are interested in me in this one community, but I go to a different community and no one even pays attention. Okay. So it's so interesting is like women's dating preferences change drastically based where a man is placed in the hierarchy within his community. And every community has a hierarchy, whether you know it or not. A lot of the people in the alternative and like spiritual worlds say there is no hierarchy, but they're totally lying to themselves because the dating market, the sexual marketplace, is the place of the original hierarchy. That's where hierarchy literally comes from. Is because women are literally programmed biologically to try to select for the best mate they can possibly get, and so are men, right? So we're only, and this is one of the huge issues in today's world, is like where you fall in that sexual marketplace is like all there's a lot of personal issues with that, a lot of self-worth issues with that.
I just want to say one thing. I think it's gonna sound maybe a little negative, but I don't believe there are good women anymore in the West. If you want like a traditional, nice, feminine woman who wants children and build something more, who isn't like a broken, degenerate, go overseas. Definitely, if you have the capability or if you can. You know, if you're older, you can maybe rent out your house or sell or figure something out, right?
For both men and women. And like for instance, like you can never have a 10 out of 10 women select for a 5 out of 10 men. Physically and personality combined, that attraction level. It'll never happen. There is inequality, there is hierarchy there, and it's there within every community. And the and what as a man
This sounds like a very like limiting like belief. Am I the only one who was getting that? It sounds like a loser mentality. It's like, oh, it is how it is, and it's how it's always gonna be. It's like get better. Like you have to be like women find the conviction attractive. Like
to increase your options and to stop being lonely is not to be one of those 70, 100 guys at the club I went to the other day that are like being creeps that are like trying to hit on women. It's like those women are getting attention all night. You're not going to stand out in an unfamiliar world. You need to go to a familiar world and gain more competence and status inside of that. And also just become a badass in your fucking life. Like, what do you do? Who are you? Are you practicing courage in every area possible? In your work, your relationships, like, and that's the thing is
the quality of like I guess people going like around. It's like there is really no competition, if that makes sense. Like if you just try, if you just try, you can become better than most people. Like that's how it is.
real knows real. There's so few good relationships today because so few men are truly the real. Like, are you a badass in your training, in your work, in how you conduct yourself, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, are you coming together to your most dominant form? And if you are, you're going to attract someone and actually sustain someone who's also doing that in the feminine version of it, right? And that's the thing is, these women, when it's an unfamiliar world, they're going to attract guys who are superficially at the top of the hierarchy, but internally they're not. And then that's going to create issues. This is why the dating market sucks today and no one's getting married. Okay. Um, so men, like, gaining status and moving up in a hierarchy within a community where you're known and it's a familiar world, really important. Music venues and athletics are the best place to do that. Um, the other thing I would recommend again was becoming your most badass form so that you are more smooth, you are more assured of yourself, you are more confident in general.
No, I hear what he's saying. This kind of happened with me too. If I go, now I pretty much do things alone, but I'm thinking of joining more clubs. Like maybe not a running club, but maybe something with climbing. I'm thinking later I'm gonna join some kind of like martial arts. But I noticed that like if there are men around my age and women around my age, I usually come out pretty decently. Like I get like a one or two or many women.
General. Oh, lastly, I just want to talk about approach briefly. If you're a woman watching this, don't wear headphones at the gym. Just some advice for you. Say hi to guys, build relationships. And if you're a man watching this, same thing. Like, try to say hi to men and women. And here's the problem: approach anxiety happens when you are trying to snipe. When it's like, oh, that's the beautiful guy, or oh, that's the beautiful girl, I'm gonna go say hi. It's like, no, build familiarity with your entire gym, with your entire community. I know the last gym I was going to, I'd try to say hi to one guy every day. Like, after a couple of months, I was literally challenging the entire corner of the weight room to one arm hang contests, right? Guess what? Women see this. They see, like, hey, this guy is like genuinely enthusiastic, engaged, charismatic in life. He's actually leading something right now, right? And I don't just do it. I'm doing this so I can build a sense of community. That's the whole thing, is like, you want to put out a vibe that's community building. So you build familiarity with many people, and then you attract the right friends and right women. And this is the approach key, is like when I'm sitting at the coffee shop or the bar, it's like, say hello to the person to your right, the person to your left. When in line, talk to the grandma in front of you, then talk to the cute cashier. Like, and that's the thing, is just becoming more social.
Yeah, but it depends. Like I wonder where this guy lives, because if I start doing that in like I guess you can say hi to the people that work in the coffee shop, but like the people, there's new people like every hour. I live in like a bigger city, so it's like again the over socialization aspect of it is you won't see the same people unless you then and there get their number on Instagram. So,
And many people are going to be like, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't do that.
but yeah, in like a rural area, smaller town, do this. It's a good strat.
Bullshit. This is what is required of you to move up and move through this broken world right now. If you want to be successful in the dating market and reject this modern loneliness of everyone in their fucking apartments by
Yeah, it's like a cultural thing. Loneliness and the people. I would highly recommend to look overseas or even go on vacation just to see how it is, right? How people interact. Look at the families, the young couples with children. Like in looked at Romania, looked at Poland. Go look into that.
themselves. It's like, yo, you have to move beyond yourself and actually start creating community wherever you go, and going to places where community creation is emphasized. I think that's all I gotta say here, my friends. I just feel bad because I see so many fucking really lonely men. And if I can't make it on dating apps and at the fucking club, and I'm like a 7 out of 10 and charismatic, most guys aren't gonna be able to make it, right? So I'm just sharing this because it's like, yo, that doesn't even work for me. That doesn't even work for like 8, 9 out of 10. I know super successful guys that doesn't even work for, right? And the few guys that I do know who are successful in dating.
It's not that only dating is harder. Making friendships is also harder because of familiarity. Yeah, I think friendship is, if you have nothing at all, I think friendship is more important. Mm, I was once at the gym, found the only person not wearing earbuds, struck up a conversation, only to find out he was deaf. Yikes. Back in the 1960s, you could own your own home as a mailman. In 2024, you have to be rich and to own a house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, people are just more stressed out, so it's like harder than to harder to approach as well. Anyway, boys, what do you guys think about this? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, sub, and comment. It really helps me out. I see you boys on the next one.